So good morning, dear students. We are in BBA final year, 6th semester, rural marketing class. So this is our syllabus. Our syllabus is consisting of 5 units, as like in any other subject. Okay, first unit is already completed. That is the introductory part of rural marketing. That is rural economy and development. Okay, in rural economy and development, you have learnt about rural economy, the rural urban disparities, policy interventions required, and rural phase 2 reforms, and the development in the last few decades. These are the topics that we have discussed in the first unit. You see, this is the introductory part, what is rural economy and understanding of rural economy. These are the topics that we have discussed. With reference to rural areas, these are the environmental factors. This is the decision area that we have discussed in the previous classes. And the importance of the rural economy can be understood with the help of contribution of agriculture in relation to GDP or GVA, gross domestic product, or gross value added to the country. Okay, this is sector wise GDP in India we have examined, and GVA in last financial year, that is 2020-21, we have examined, and the importance of this agriculture sector can be understood in this way. Okay, and rural urban disparities means differences. Okay, with reference to nature, occupation, technology, type of unemployment, market, division of labor, various differences you can observe between rural and urban areas. Similarly, livelihood, mobility, development, and income opportunities. In all these sectors, differences can be observed between rural areas and urban areas. And the policy interventions required with reference to agriculture, with reference to research, policy shift, and credit and insurance, and regional differentiated strategies, and focus on cropping systems research, and all these topics we discussed. Okay, Kisan credit cards, protection to farmers, all those things, all those issues we have discussed, and these are the various schemes that are started in the country over the last few decades. Ever since 1950s we discussed first plan period. From first plan period onwards we have discussed in the previous class. These are the various schemes. These are the various support measures taken up by the central government as well as state governments. Okay, coming to our state, that is Telangana, we have discussed the rural welfare measures under 4 heads. Development measures for all the people, development measures for the BCs, development measures for the SCs and STs, and development measures for the minorities. So in these 4 sectors we have discussed in the previous class. So now coming to second unit, that is rural marketing and rural buying decision process. So in this unit we will discuss about the concept of rural marketing, the scope of rural marketing, what is the nature of rural markets, and similarly attractiveness of rural markets. Why rural markets are attractive? Why rural markets are attractive? Can you say at least one point? Why they are attractive? Why rural markets are attractive? In the previous class I mentioned, even big companies are coming towards rural areas. Why?
They are getting developed.
Okay, very good. Their income levels are increasing. Okay, compared to 2 decades back, 3 decades back, if you compare their incomes 3 decades back incomes and present incomes, their incomes are increasing, because for each family population is decreasing. Only they are also stopping for 2 or 3 children only nowadays. All are educated. Secondly, see, the why rural markets are more attractive means, even today at least 65 to 70% of the population is still living in the country in rural areas. Similarly, in the previous classes also I mentioned, if you want to sell in urban areas, you have to establish big shopping malls. You take the case of DMart or more or any other shopping malls, you have to invest crores of rupees. Whereas in rural areas, that much investment is not required. Even on street also you can sell. I told Ram, weekly one day Santa will be there, Mandi will be there. So in Mandi bazaars also, with less investment you can attract more consumers. So the various reasons for attractiveness of rural markets we will discuss. And rural versus urban marketing, what are the disparities, what are the differences we will see. And then Characteristics of rural consumers. How rural consumers differ from urban consumers. That we will discuss. And then buying decision process. If a consumer wants to buy, suppose my cell phone is outdated, I want to purchase a new one. So what is the decision process? How I am going to purchase it? We will discuss. Okay. Then again, potential and size of the rural markets. All these we will discuss. But before that, I want to ask you one basic question, which in first unit also I asked, but you gave different answers. What do you mean by rural? Okay, very good. See, in the eyes of different people, rural perception is different. See, you take the case of census. Census means for every 10 months, central government will calculate population. How much population is there? How many males are there? How many females are there? How many persons are literate? They will calculate. No, what is their religion? What is their caste? Everything they will calculate. That is census. For every 10 years, it will take place. So last time in 2011 it took place. In 2021 they have to calculate, but because of Corona lockdown, the census could not be taken up. Okay. Now you see, according to census, according to central government calculation, see, village means, see, village is a basic unit for rural areas, which is the revenue village, and might comprise several hamlets. Hamlets means small villages. Several hamlets demarcated by physical boundaries. In between small villages, very small village is known as hamlet. So together some hamlets constitute village also according to census. And similarly, what is town is also defined in a census. See, town is a place where minimum population is 5,000. Similarly, population density is 400 per square kilometer. What is population density? In square kilometer, at least this number of persons should be there. Then it will become town according to census. At least in a square kilometer, 400 people if they are living, that will become town according to census. Okay. Similarly, 75% of the population should be working in non-agricultural sector. Did you understand? Any shopping malls or anything which is not related to agriculture field. If 75% of the not total population, male population. So this is how rural and urban is defined, or town is defined under the definition framework of census. Now coming to RBI, Reserve Bank of India. According to them, the definition of rural is locations with a population up to 10,000 will be considered as rural. Means if a particular place population is less than 10,000, that will be treated as village. That will be treated as rural according to Reserve Bank of India. And between 10,000 to 1 lakh rupees, it will be considered as the 1 lakh population will be considered as semi-urban. Okay, if the population of a particular place is more than 1 lakh, then it will be treated as urban. Okay, rural means according to RBI, below 10,000 population. 10,000 to 1 lakh will be treated as semi-urban. More than 1 lakh will be treated as urban. Okay, according to NABARD. What is NABARD? National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. NA stands for national. B stands for bank. Bank for A stands for agriculture. R stands for rural. D stands for development. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Okay, so according to this bank, this is a bank which is set up for the development of the rural areas. In the name itself, it is there, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. For the development of agriculture field and rural areas in India, particularly this bank is considered as Apex Bank. Apex means the head bank. See, Reserve Bank of India is the head bank, highest bank for all the banks. For the banks which are supporting the development of rural areas, this bank is considered as Apex Bank. This is the highest bank. Okay. So, according to this also, if the place population is less than 10,000, it will be considered as rural. Then, Planning Commission. See, in yesterday's class itself I mentioned first plan period, second plan period, third plan period. Likewise, we have different plans after India's independence. So, Planning Commission is constituted in our country according to certain constitutional procedures. Okay, according to Planning Commission, rural means towns with a population of less than 15,000. Please remember, according to RBI and NABARD, the population should be less than 10,000. According to Planning Commission, population should be less than 15,000. Then it will be considered as rural area. Okay. Now coming to Sahara. Sahara means, you know, Sahara is a big industry. Sahara estates are there. Sahara company is there. Sahara is the owner of a very big shopping malls are there. Very big real estate company is there for them. Very finance company is there. Sahara industry, Sahara India, Sahara Parivar they will say. So according to them also, up to 10,000 locations having shops or commercial establishment up to 10,000 are treated as rural areas. Then ultimately LG Electronics. LG Electronics, you know, in advertisements it will come life is good. LG stands for life is good. They will do it. The refrigerators, TVs, and everything, all electronics they will sell. So according to them, you can see the rural and semi-urban area is defined as all other than 7 metros. 7 metropolitan cities are there in the country. According to their definition, all the other than 7 metros are considered as rural. Okay, so this many perceptions are there about rural. Okay, now coming back to rural marketing. So these are the two definitions of rural marketing. One is given by National Commission on Agriculture, and another person's name is Thompson. He has also defined rural marketing. In a nutshell, rural marketing means attracting the villagers who are residing in villages and trying to sell our produced goods to them so that our targets are achieved, our sales targets are achieved. Okay, so we are going to produce goods with urban people in mind, with rural people also in mind. So you know, even after 70 years of independence, 7 decades of independence, even almost 65 to 70% of the population is still living in the rural areas. So that is why even big companies are nowadays turning towards the rural areas, because as mentioned by your friend Imtiaz, even in the rural areas, the people's earning capacity has increased. Okay, nowadays almost 10 years back, 20 years back, 2 decades back, you can see acres land cost is very less. But now it is running up to crores, more than crores. If it is nearby our Khammam, if you have 1 acre of land means its value is more than 2 crore, around 2 crore. So their earning capacity has increased. Their living standards have increased. Standard of living of rural people also increased. So rural marketing is the process of attracting rural customers, villagers, and influencing them to buy our products. So taking all measures, taking all steps to see to it that even the villagers purchase our products. So that is what, in simple terms, rural marketing means. Okay. See, these are the 4 A's of rural marketing. A, affordability. Affordability means, affordable means at a reasonable price. Okay. See, urban people means they will spend lavishly. Weekends you can see several times in newspapers you will see. On weekends, on Saturday evenings, on Sunday evenings, they will enjoy in pubs. They do not care for money. Okay, very big shots will be there in cities and towns. Their children, they may be film stars, they may be cricketers, they may be MLAs, MPs, sons. On the weekends, they will go to pubs, they will enjoy. They don't care for money. Whereas rural area people, they do hard work. Okay, if you are coming to college and if you are spending some time in the college means your parents are working in agriculture field. Your parents are working in rural areas. With their hard work, they are saving some money and they are sending you to the colleges. Am I correct?
Yes,
so when they purchase something, they will see the affordability, whether they can purchase it or not. Okay, so selling at a reasonable price. Then similarly, availability, whether they are available to them or not. Nowadays, this question arises very less, because nowadays online you can purchase anything. Several online platforms are there, you know it. Even if your parents do not know, you will purchase directly from Amazon. If your father or mother is going to purchase anything, you will open in Amazon and you will see, online cost is very less, online price is very less. I will purchase online only for you, you will see. Am I correct? So goods are available nowadays. And then another one is awareness. See, rural people are not aware of various online platforms, various things which quality products at a lesser price where they are available, they are not aware. But next generation means you can create awareness among your parents. Am I correct? You can tell to your grandmother, you can grandfather. If you go to villages, your grandmother, your grandfather, you will say. Okay, these are the various things, products that are available online. Also, we can purchase nowadays at a lesser price. More quality products we can purchase. So you are going to create awareness among them. Then another one is acceptability. See, you should convince your parents or villagers. Suppose I am a producer, I am producing goods and services. So what I will do is I will try to convince them so that they accept my goods, so that they accept my services. So these 4 A's should be kept in mind in case of rural marketing. So affordability, awareness, availability, and acceptability. These 4 should be kept in mind. Okay. See, coming to evolution of a rural market. Evolution means growth and development. How it progressed. See, when India attained independence in 1947, do you know our agriculture production was very less. We used to import paddy, we used to import wheat, we used to import pulses, papu dhanyal from foreign countries. But green revolution occurred in our country during 1960s. Because of green revolution, vegetable production increased, crops production increased. Okay, more kinds of pesticides are introduced, more kinds of fertilizers are introduced, hybrid seeds we are able to develop. Then another revolution took place in our country, that is white revolution. White revolution is with relation to milk production. Milk color is white, no? So the production with regard to milk also increased in our country. So that is Varghese Kurian, who is famous for white revolution. Okay, so white revolution and green revolution, 2 revolutions occurred in our country, because of which tremendous development in the rural areas can be seen, villages can be seen. Okay, now you can see before 90, so this can be studied under 4 phases, our rural marketing development. See, first phase is when before 1960s, there was not much development can be seen in the rural areas. That is immediately after independence, first decade. During the first decade, nothing can be seen in the rural areas. There was not much development taking place. Then during 1960s to 1980s, then scientific methods started to be introduced. That is green revolution period after 1960s. Okay, then 1990s to 2000 you have white revolution. I told you, white revolution increasing milk production. Okay. So then ultimately in 2000 you have various models. I told you, post 2000 you have online platforms, different platforms are there. If you have quality products available with you, you can sell to any villager now, because online platforms are there. If you create your own website, if you create awareness, if you go for advertising, mass advertising, you can sell your products at a cheaper price, at a better price for you, at a cheaper price for the consumers. Okay, these are the 4 phases in which rural marketing evolved in the country. Okay, up to 60s there was not much development. 60s to 80s, green revolution, because of green revolution development took place. And again 1990s to 2000 white revolution. So post 2000 up to now, so you have technological inventions introduced, and anybody you can attract, any person who is staying in a rural area can be attracted now, provided you catch those 4 A's, that is affordability. Your product produced goods should be affordable to them. You should create awareness. You should make the goods available to them. And another A, what is that another A? Affordability, acceptability. You should make them acceptable. You should make the product acceptable to them by convincing them. Okay, so this is the evolution of rural marketing. Okay, now coming to scope of rural marketing. Why rural marketing is attractive compared to urban marketing? What is the scope of rural marketing? Now you see large population. You can see up to 2011. Because I told you, in 2021 census could not be taken up. So during the year of 2011, when census took up, 72% of the total population is still living in the rural areas only. Okay, so I told between 65 to 70%. Why means if you calculate presently, it will be between 65 to 70%. Okay, because 2021 official census could not take place because of COVID restrictions. Okay, so large population is still living in rural areas. Then rising rural prosperity. Prosperity means richness. Okay, previously they could not buy so many things. Now even if you go to remote village, they have smart LCD TVs. Almost one decade back to 20 years back, they are all dabba TVs or old fashioned TVs. Nowadays you have LED TVs, LCD TVs even appearing in rural areas. Even in if you go to rural areas also, nowadays in every house at least one smartphone you will find. Am I correct or not?
Yes.
So that is because of rising rural prosperity. Means they are also becoming rich. Okay, they are also going for family planning. Okay, previous almost 20 years back, they do not have the awareness of controlling population. Nowadays, everybody, government is encouraging everybody to go for family planning operations, creating awareness. So their prosperity is also increasing. Okay, now coming to growth in consumption. Means previously they are now able to afford. What I am trying to, just you take the, in yesterday's class also I told, if almost one decade back, if you want to make a phone call, means per 1 minute you have to search. 1 minute means 1 rupee is going out of your pocket. Now it is unlimited calls you are making, unlimited data you are searching, you are able to do it. So because that is why you are able to consume more now. Because of competition, what the producers are doing, they are making goods available to you at a cheaper price. So that is why you are able to consume more now. You are able to purchase more goods now at a cheaper prices. Because of LPG, I told you, liberalization, privatization and globalization. The market is opened for worldwide competitors now. Anybody from New Zealand, anybody from Australia can sell goods to you also at a cheaper price. You will make a comparison online only, you will compare. Whether the good that is available to you in India is cheaper, quality also you are able to compare online only. So that is why consumption is increasing. Consumption means you are consuming, you are using it. Usage has increased. Now coming to changing lifestyle. So lifestyle is also changing. See, the rural areas also almost their children are coming for education to urban areas nowadays. All, even though they are coolies, they are sending, they are nowadays nobody is going to government schools almost, because they are ready to pay. Even if they starve, even if the parents are not taking food for one session a day, they want to see to it that the children get good education. So they want to change their lifestyle. Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
They are paying even lakhs of rupees on the children's education, so that their lifestyle changes. At least my generation is suffering in agriculture field. At least my next generation, they will become white collar job holders. They want to think like that. Okay. Now coming to life cycle advantage. What is life cycle advantage? See, just like human beings have life cycle, no? Means birth, then growth, maturity, then decline, then they will die on one particular day. Similarly, goods also have life cycles. So let us take for example, this my phone is purchased almost 3 years back. 3-4 years back I purchased. Now latest model cell phones have come. Okay, see, 3 years back when I purchased, it was just recently introduced then in the market. Okay, then slowly its sales will grow. It will reach up to the maximum level, that is maturity level. Then it will start to decline. The sales will fall down. That is declining stage will come. See, when coming to rural areas, what is happening is